And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here right next to the San Diego Landings in Point Loma, and we have a great guest for you today. We have from West Coast Marine, Parker Boats, Yamaha Outboards, Nick Kelly. He's here, going to have a great show, talking fishing and boats and the finest ones ever made. So you stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090 ESPN radio.
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Hi, this is Doug Kern. Our hard-working crew will make sure your fishing experience is one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day open party trips on the spacious and comfortable Liberty. Since we introduced the full-day trips at Fisherman's Landing, the 85-foot Liberty has become a favorite among full-day operations with bunks for your comfort, huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Plus, Liberty has a big modern galley and 2 interior heads with showers. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can easily be booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
In San Diego, the future belongs to everyone. So Ford engineered the truck of the future for everyone, the Ford F-150, available with a Pro Power onboard generator. What a great addition for anglers. There's also a variety of cab configurations for whatever you need to haul. The truck of the future isn't created for just a few. It's created for us who love the ocean and the outdoor life. Ford F-150. Test drive one at your local San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
This is Michael from The Hall Show. If you are fly curious, join us in the fly fishing section where you can learn about fresh and saltwater fly fishing, take a free casting lesson, tie a fly, and see our great vendors, seminars, and demonstrations. Yes, you can fish salt on the fly.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, man. What a rad show today is going to be. Great to have Nick in here. Going to be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You just got back from a fishing trip.
I did. It's down in Costa Rica and Los Sueños.
What was that like?
That's a serious fishing trip.
One of the most amazing trips I've ever done.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
just
rad.
Sailfish and Dorado and yellowfin tuna every day, all day.
Oh,
So
sweet.
sick.
Good
Yeah.
weather?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. And the Costa Rican people are like the nicest people in the world.
Oh my God, the program there was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you stay?
In Los Sueños, in the little marina there. I've never seen so many cool sport fishers.
On my right? Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you have to fly into San Jose and then drive to Los Sueños?
Yes, about an hour and a half or so.
Oh, that's it. It's only an hour and a half from San Jose.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Easy.
Yeah, that is easy.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I'm in.
So now, while you were gone, did your guys sell some boats?
Heck yeah, we've better be.
Yeah.
Yeah, delivered actually right before delivered a 2520 Parker, so that was great.
Nice.
Got that one off the lot. And then we're gearing up for some more boats coming in, boat shows.
Showtime, right?
It's showtime, so getting real excited for that. Get that thing going.
Yeah, is inventory getting better?
Yeah, inventory's fine. They're building boats, pushing them out. We're going to get some new stuff coming for Bart Hall, Long Beach.
Sweet.
We'll be there with some good inventory. And,
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So Bart Hall, Long Beach, which is just, I'm looking at the calendar, 2 weeks away.
now,
Yeah.
It's the 25th.
Yeah.
I know exactly when that was.
Yeah, because you know you got to get everything ready. So you'll have the brand new 18-foot center console, right?
Yes, they call
Hey,
it
okay.
18 SE. Totally redesigned hull, redesigned stringer system, coming with a 150 Yamaha on that one.
Wow.
And it's a wider boat, so
it's wider,
quite a few inches wider.
No kidding.
Bigger console. The ride is phenomenal.
Wow.
It's a killer ride. It turns well. We got a chance to sea trial that one last fall. And that'll be a really, really fun inshore boat.
Idea being like a small boat that's easy to deal with, easy to trailer, but still big enough that you can put a couple of guys on without any problems bumping into each other, still put a legit full bait tank on it, still put a good motor behind it.
Yes, of course.
That's
you can
rad.
fit a bait tank under that, the driver's seat.
Wow.
And then what I really liked about the wider platform was being able to walk from stern to bow along that center console. You can actually,
you're not turning
your
sideways. Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
That's rad.
And so how much wider is it? Like, I love my little 18.
Yeah, because you got an 18.
It's a great 18. It's a great boat.
The reason I say that is I was so confident saying that is I fish Pete's boat all the time. And I already know that it holds a big bait tank and everything. And if the new one's even wider still, that's huge.
I believe it's 4 inches total.
Wow. Which makes
it's a lot at an 18.
Yeah.
Yep.
No kidding.
Really nice
And
platform.
so the exciting thing is that model boat is going to be the grand prize for the CCA California Star Tournament, right?
It is. We've
Yeah.
been working hard the end of last year with Wayne over there, and we got a deal going where we can get this new 18 SE
Sick.
as the grand prize for the tournament. And so I just hope that people join that tournament, and it's for a great cause. So it'll be a really fun grand prize.
So are you going to have 2 of them at the Bart Hall show, one in the CCA booth and one in your booth?
That would be the plan. I'm trying to get that 18 SE. It should leave the factory the end of next week.
Wow. So that's coming down.
I've been pushing hard,
Sure.
to say the least, to get at least one of those here so we can have that.
Yeah.
And so that's the plan.
That's a plan. Great.
Yes.
So the other thing that you've just taken on are Camus boats, right?
Correct, yeah. So last year, again,
Big deal.
working hard on bringing some new stuff out west. And Camus Boats, led by Earl Bentz out there, is a phenomenal company. And they're building some really, really neat saltwater boats and freshwater boats. But we have on the lot right now a 281 hybrid, they call it. And it's inshore-offshore platform, big casting deck up forward, same in the stern as well. Trolling motor, second station, that's kind of like a walk-through second station up there, and the boat ride's phenomenal.
Really?
I took it for a sea trial, and it's something else.
And what's it powered by?
Twin 300 Merc.
Twin 300 Merc.
So this is a 28-foot boat that you could still go bass fishing to Clemente and then the same, just as comfortably go offshore and go catch a big 200-pound bluefin.
Yes, the idea of that boat and why I kind of like that style of fishing is like you can fish the bay
Do anything with-
easy,
yeah, right.
inshore, and then our fishery's close.
Yeah.
So why not blast out to go get some tuna, go to Catalina, San Clemente, all that kind of thing. So,
Sick.
And get there quick.
Yeah.
So are you going to be both a Yamaha and a Mercury dealer now?
Yeah, that's kind of
That's the plan?
That's kind of the underlying
Wow.
plan.
Good for you.
Wow, that's awesome.
Got some things in the works.
Yeah, you do.
Got it all covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty exciting. And then you have a line of inflatables now too, right?
Correct, yeah. So took on North Star inflatables. I've always loved inflatables. Pretty much every big boat is towing around a 14-foot inflatable. So that's an easy one for me. We get to rig it with Yamaha outboards that we have. I get to rig it in-house, and that's just a fun boat to have.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now there's coming for the PCS show, you have another big addition to the Parker line, right?
Yeah, the Parker line is coming out with the 2420. So they're moving away from the 2320. That's no longer going to be available, although I still have 2.
Oh, you do?
Because I love that boat.
Yeah, it's
totally.
a great boat. I owned
so
one
proven.
for years.
Yeah.
Such an awesome boat.
And then the 2420, they just kind of added to the 23. People wanted twin engine power on that smaller version of boat, so you can get it with twin 150s or twin 200s. It finally has fish holds in the deck.
Oh,
In the deck.
no kidding,
Wow.
really?
About time for that.
Yeah, that's huge.
Redesigned cabin, which looks great. The finishes are nice inside, and you can put a bigger screen on the console. The windlass is actually below deck on the bow of the boat, so you don't need a pulpit. So actually length overall with engines is below 30 feet. I think it's 28 foot 9 inches.
Oh.
So all our Dana Point friends that are need boats under that 30 foot
can't
mark.
hit a 30-foot slip.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
really am liking what Parker's doing with their 2420. Ride's beautiful. Again, new hull, new
Total
stringer
redesign.
system. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's fast.
With twin 200s,
I was just going to say that thing's got a scoot.
I was looking at the spec sheet yesterday, and their specs from Parker had it at 57 miles an hour.
Holy mackerel.
Now, again, once we put all our gear on there, I think it'll be a little bit less.
Like 50 maybe.
50 plus.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Beautiful riding boat.
That's awesome.
And even with twin 150s, it's probably still going to scoot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that too, still huge deck, huge bait. It's everything that a Parker Pilot House always is.
Yep. Still staying true to what a Parker is.
Right.
The same look.
That's
same design.
rad. Oh, I'm excited to see that.
And for trailer boaters, it's still going to be not that 9.6 beam like Ricky's boat. It's going to be like 8.8. I think I remember.
8.8,
yeah.
You can tow it with an
8.6,
F-150. You don't have to go buy you don't have to buy a diesel truck to tow the thing to the launch ramp.
Yep. I think it's sub 6,000 pounds.
So you'll have one of those coming by PCS.
Again, I'm pushing hard.
Yeah.
As hard as I can.
Yeah.
I really want
Bring
one
it.
now.
Yeah.
But I think I'll have to wait for the PCS show.
Yeah.
Get it like end of February.
End of February that's the target date.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the manufacturers say, okay, we'll sell you one, but then we can't get it to you until.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
But, we try.
Not to revert back, but that Camus you were talking about, that 28 footer, will you have one of those at Fred Hall, or
Yes.
is that just something you have at the?
That'll be at Bar Hall.
Okay, cool.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
Bar, excuse me.
That's going to be there because you have it on your lot now.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
really want to see that. That sounds cool.
You're gonna like it.
Is that for sale?
Oh yeah.
I was going to say it was already sold.
It's not already sold. I just need to get some people on sea trials because once you sit in that driver's seat, you're done.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a nice riding
That's
boat.
cool.
I can imagine.
I took it out and was just laughing the whole time.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. That's cool. That's a cool mix of two boats. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You think 28 feet, you don't think a raised deck, casting, surface iron casting for yellowtail platform, and you don't think twins and a second station and everything else when you think of I'm excited to see it. That's cool.
We also have a 26
cool blend
coming.
of two bitchin' boats.
26.
Yeah.
A hybrid.
26 hybrid.
Like bay boat, offshore boat.
Exactly.
That's why they call it a hybrid.
And Benny Florentino's getting one.
That's his.
Yep.
The 26.
The 26 that's
No
coming.
way.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. When's Benny getting that new boat?
Great question. I don't think I could put a date on it, but it's coming soon. I know the boat's wrapped up, and then it's probably ready for shipping in a couple weeks.
Oh,
here.
Really?
It's built.
Yeah.
It's ready.
Yeah.
What's the configuration of that like?
It's very similar to the 28. Again, just shorter, but he put on a single 400 Merc on that boat.
Wow.
And then we're going to rig it with his stuff, the Hummingbird.
Yeah, all the
Minn Kota. Yeah. All his
Sick.
stuff.
All that motors.
That's cool.
So you can put a trolling motor. Now on the bigger one, can you put a trolling motor on that?
Absolutely.
You can.
There's one
Yeah,
on
that
there right now.
28 footer's got a trolling motor on it.
Trolling motor.
It's got the Altera, the auto drop and deploy and retrieve. So you hit a button.
So from the
and
center
goes down.
console, you push a button and it deploys and starts rolling on Helpline for you.
It's the most fun thing ever.
That's so rad.
Jeez, that's
Yeah, I want to see that. That's cool.
Yeah. So and is that going to be primarily the lines that the Camus line that you're going to carry? Is that 28 and the 26?
I think that fits really well for our fishery. I do have on order 34 catamaran.
I saw that on your website. Yeah.
So that's going to come. They're going to start putting it together now. I don't know how many months that is away, but I think that'll be a really fun boat to get some sea trials going, get some people interested in that.
34.
We've seen a lot more of the catamaran stuff coming out, along with those hybrids. It's getting popular out here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess that means, in addition to being fantastic service for Yamaha outboards, you're also going to do the great service on Mercury outboards now too.
Yep, we're going to do it slow because it's kind of something new for us, and I think we're going to kind of integrate it slowly in that one.
Yeah, but you're still like Yamaha driven.
Yeah, 99% Yamaha right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you sales, repower.
Oh, yeah.
Service.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How much of your business is service versus sales? Is it a majority of your business?
It's a majority.
It is.
Service is everything.
Yeah.
That keeps us going.
Yeah.
Sales is just the gravy on top, and then service, that's where I started, just doing service.
Sure.
And that really pays the bills, keeps customers happy and coming back, and then hopefully into new boats that we can offer.
It's just so part of your guys' whole deal, though. I mean, it's always been that way. That you're so easy to deal with on the boat side of things, and then the service is just the same. I mean, it's upfront, it's easy, you make it right. Like, you treat everybody like family, and it's like, everybody of course comes back all the time. I mean, it's
service is everything.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of it. Like, I love just engines in general and outboards and boats, and I just love working on them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Talking about service, how often should you have? Let's say you don't put a lot of hours on your boat. How often should you have your Yamaha outboard service?
The book's going to say once a year.
Once a year.
Get it checked out once a year.
No matter what.
Yeah, and then ours is every 100 hours. And that's similar for most manufacturers across the board.
Yeah.
And then it's just good to have somebody else put eyes on it. Maybe the guys in the back can catch something that you might not even have noticed.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And that really helps.
What are some of the things sometimes you guys catch?
A lot of times it's like a minor steering cylinder leak, power trim and tilt, seal leaking that you don't want that going out when you're out there. Kind of just guiding the customer on where he's at in hours and time and what he might think about doing. And you can kind of leave it up to the customer on what they want to do, but you can just kind of guide them and say, hey, it might be time to look at this. Or your fuel's looking a little bad. How old is it? Do we need to remove it or add new fuel? All those kinds of things come into play.
Nice, too, just to prepare yourself potentially for the next service. Hey, this thing's starting to go. I'm not saying you need to do it now, but let's keep an eye on it, and at least get that preparation in your mind for, hey, better start rat holing a couple of bucks away because this pump is going to go out probably, but that kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So somebody buys a new Parker or Camus from you, and they want to put bait tank, electronics, blah, 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 everything on it. Do you guys do all that rigging there?
Do it all in-house.
All in-house.
Yep, so the Parkers are ordered pretty blank, and then from there we can customize it to what you want.
That's cool.
You want a tower, bait tank, Pacific Edge, blue water, whatever you want, we can get put.
Metal fabrication, you guys take care of everything.
Yep. Fishing Boats Unlimited around the corner can help us with that.
Wow.
Rocket launchers, all that stuff.
Yeah. So basically you have a blank canvas and then you can design it exactly how you want to.
Yes. For the Parkers, it's
kind of
pretty
the most
blank.
fun about the Parker.
That's my favorite part. And then the Camus side of things, we can do the same thing, but they have a great website where you can actually build a boat. So you can get on there and build your dream boat.
You see what it looks like with this option.
And it'll spit out a retail price for you so you can kind of see what you're looking at.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So you must be the first Camus dealer on the West Coast then?
First one.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, super excited.
Are they big on the East Coast?
They are.
And where are they built?
Ashland, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah. And Earl Bentz is the owner of the company. He's been in race boats since the 60s. He's been building boats. He came from Triton, Hydrosport. He knows how to build a boat.
I can tell you're pretty excited about this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
they sound really cool.
Yeah, and the company's fantastic. It's like Parker, they're just, when I was looking for something else, I was like, okay, I love the Parker. I love what they do. They take care of their customers. Who else is out there that I can get in that's fishing oriented?
Totally.
That goes along with the Parker side, that builds a great boat and is an easy company to work with, and that's them.
And is a standalone different, all the attributes that you want, but clearly a different boat also.
Doesn't compete.
Filling exactly, it's filling a niche that wasn't there.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Well, so coming up a couple of weeks, it's boat show season. You'll be at the Bard Hall Long Beach, then you'll be at the PCS show in March. And how does that change your world? I mean, it's just a busy time, right?
Just a lot of work on what we want to take. And, we just get things ready on trailers to move up there and move into the show and get that going.
What's build time like on a Parker? I mean, I know that you've got some boats available, and you said even with the 23s, a guy could go up to Bart Hall and probably buy the boat and trailer it home, when the show's over. But if we want to build a new 24 or the next round of getting boats, a 25 or a 28, what's the timeline like?
So we ordered boats the end of summer, and we have 4 24-20s, we have 2 23-20s, 2 28-20s.
Oh, you weren't messing around.
And then we ordered 4 18, the new 18s.
Yeah.
A couple of those are pre-sold, which is great, and then that'll kind of round out this year. So I guess to answer your question, build time-wise, if you wanted to order something we didn't have, I would say we could probably add something that the factory could build, and you're probably 4 months away.
But you've already got pretty much everything that anybody would want Parker-wise for the West Coast. You've already got it in line and already got it coming.
Yes.
So you're shortening the time up.
Yes.
Smart move.
What about power on the boats? Is it easy to get outboards now?
Easy. Plenty of inventory there. Yamaha's shipping motors all the time. I got stacks of them in the warehouse ready to go. Big and small.
All good news.
Yeah. Right.
It's great.
It just keeps getting better. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. A lot to talk about here with Nick Kelly from West Coast Marine.
Yeah, so much cool stuff, including the new boats, the Parkers, old and new. It's just going to be a lot of fun and some great fishing as well. And if you want to join us, man, we want to hear from you. Give us a call this morning at 213-432-1090. Again, 213-432-1090 is the number on the phones. Or send us a text. Texting the show has been so popular. Already got a bunch of great texts rolling through. And the only way that you can reach us via text is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download. It's a great way to listen to all the archive shows. If you missed last week or you want to catch a cool tip, that Nick Kelly has for you today, you can catch all the archive shows on our Let's Talk Hookup app. And again, it's the only way that you can text in your questions today. And boy, we are giving away another killer prize. We did this last week, and boy, somebody is going to get a great one. It's an overnight open party trip at a Fisherman's Landing. And the way that this works is you basically are going to get a certificate, and it's good to go on any overnight open party trip that's running throughout the entire year. So whatever your favorite boat is, if they happen to be running an overnight open party, like I said, it could be the Tomahawk, it could be the Dawn, it could be the Queen, the Pegasus, the Condor. You pick it. If they're running overnight open party, you're going fishing at an overnight trip at a Fisherman's Landing. How cool is that?
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, if you want to get your shot at that great trip prize, or better yet, your chance to talk to Nick Kelly from West Coast Marine, have some fun with us this morning, 213-432-1090. Send your text into the Let's Talk Hookup app. Again, if you are going to send us a text, make sure you include your contact info, so if you win that great prize, we can get it coming your direction. And when we come back, we're going to be reading those texts, we're going to be taking those phone calls, catch reports, and more. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Mighty Year 1090 ESPN Radio.
Join us as we honor 76 years of Hall family shows at the Bart Hall Show, January 25th through 28th at the Long Beach Convention Center, presented by Progressive. Celebrate the passion of fishing, boating, hunting, international travel, off-road adventure, and the overland experience. Hundreds of seminars. Learn to trout fish the Eastern Sierras. Bass fishing legends from fresh and saltwater will entertain you daily. Legendary anglers will celebrate our unique California offshore fleet from Point Conception to beyond the Mexican border. Learn to fly fish at the Fly Fishing Show within a show. Acres of boats, fishing boats, towboats, pontoon boats, inflatables, personal watercraft, and more, all under one roof. Make the deal of a lifetime. Enjoy the Mammoth Lakes Kids Fish Free Trout Pond, the Turner's Outdoorsman Ultimate Air Dogs, and the Convict Lake Great American Duck Races. Join CCA Cal for a special show package, thanks to Accurate Fishing Tackle, Okuma, Bob Sands Fishing Tackle, Daiwa, and the Southern California Ford Dealers. The Bart Hall Show, January 25th through 28th at the Long Beach Convention Center. Details at hallshows.com. That's hallshows.com.
Hi, this is Tommy the Fishmonger from Tunaville Market and Grocery and the TV show Fishmonger. I've known Yusuf Husseini for over 20 years, and he's the expert when it comes to real estate. He's helped me with estate planning and multiple estate questions that the average guy like myself just doesn't understand. Yusuf's not only a fellow angler, but he's an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find their ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free, no obligation home evaluation now online from Yusuf by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get that report fast. Yusuf is a SoCal real estate guy to go to. He's helped me and many of my customers and family members to find what they are looking for in a home. He understands the real estate market like no other, so take it from Tommy the Fishmonger. Yusuf's the real deal when it comes to your real estate needs. Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and I'll see you at Tunaville Market and Grocery.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Bizzano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check IndependenceSportFishing.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing. Need a thinner leader for more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tinsel strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at seaguar.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking some awesome boats from West Coast Marine. Today's just going to be a great show.
Yeah, it is, for sure. If you want to join us, 213-432-1090, open right now. The loans are packing up, and you have a chance to win an overnight trip out of Fisherman's Landing, and have a lot of great texts coming in. And Al from Orange County sent in a text here, says, do your boats have built-in bait tanks? And that's a good question, because a lot of people don't understand how we rig stuff out here in the West, right?
Sure. So the boats have live wells in the back, which mainly good for squid and whatever we want to hold them there. But then we install.
So it's a plumbed live well.
It's a plumbed live well.
Yeah.
And then it's got a little tube for the drain in the middle. But for the bait, we use a proper bait tank is the way to go, and we do that here.
Yeah.
So the factory does not put that in.
And you do whatever. You want a 60-gallon, you want 100. How big is the one on your boat?
90.
90, you want whatever. Because Rick's got a 25.
I have a 2501.
01, center console.
So the 2420, we're probably putting in the 65-gallon to 75-gallon, 25, 75-gallon, and then the 28 is typically an 85-gallon or thereabouts.
Wow.
Yep.
We have that
75-gallon.
Yep.
It fits nicely in there?
Great.
Really?
Yes.
We have a Pacific Edge tank, and I mean, we've said it for years. It's the best. I don't know. He's a wizard, Mark is, when it comes to building bait tanks. It's perfect. I mean, like, we go, I can't tell you how often we go and, people remark, oh, it's middle of the summer and, the bait had no time to cure and, all the negative things you hear people talk about. And that's, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. Our bait lived great, and we had those tanks just do so much.
They do.
And having a big tank is so nice. That's the beauty of a Parker. Like, they have big, flat, open decks where you can put a 60-gallon, a 70-gallon. Like, you can put those big tanks in there, and like that. You don't always have to fill it to max capacity too. If the bait's, if it's hot water and the bait's struggling a little bit, like, give it some extra room.
Right.
I love the Parker for that reason. There's no such thing as too much bait.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. And so that's something you help people when they buy a boat custom design.
Yes.
What system's right for them?
Yeah, and 100% of the boats pretty much leave with a bait tank out here.
Yeah. What typically what pumps do you use for a bait tank for a 60 or a 75-gallon bait tank?
That's a great question. Piranhas, rules.
Can you put cyclones in, or
you can put cyclone pumps in there? I like those just because they're quiet.
Yeah, and they last.
The nice thing is what we've been doing is you can go get a pump at West Marine, or we can buy it there, and you buy their warranty.
Right.
And then
that's the biggest thing.
I would say when you come in for service once a year, let's replace that thing.
That's such a good call, dude.
Jamie at Season Sport Fishing, he does it every year. The boat's in the shop right now, and we just replace all the pumps.
I was going to say, the boat's not at the dock right in front of the world headquarters here. It must be at your shop.
It's out back
in
the
world
shop.
The world headquarters of West Coast Marine.
Yeah, but we just replace them once a year.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I would recommend that. You do not want to be out there on a good bite and there's no water in the tank.
That's right.
Yeah. So a cyclone pump you need to have out of the bilge, though. You just mount it on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the plumbing needs to be such that, you have a water line, so you plumb it to where, if you're a trailer guy, I like it where every time you drop that trailer in the water, that thing can automatically prime. Oh. So there is a little bit of a plumbing technique that you can use to make sure that if you're going in and out of the water, that it does prime immediately. If you're in the water all the time, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That's a good tip, though.
Yeah. So that's why you need to have you guys rig it. That's why I was saying is that it's not just the bait tank. You need to know how to rig the bait tank properly.
Yep.
And the beauty of, you guys are the Parker people, and you know where it fits best and where, just everything, how to run wiring and where to place pumps and where things are convenient, and you don't get good at things until you see all the good and all the bad at the same time.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, Camus, you put bait tanks on the Camus too?
They come with live wells. Uh-huh. We're going to see how those run once I can get some bait in those live wells. And then I figured for those guys buying that boat, we're casters and artificials mainly. So I have an idea of how to put a bait tank in those boats, and it would work. So we can go down that route. Yeah.
Now, is it an in-deck bait live well that they have?
They're kind of in the aft corners.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
the 28 has 2 on either side. I forget the capacity, but they're enormous.
Oh,
I would say total is around 70 gallons or so.
And they may work.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. That's the idea.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, phones are packing up, Rick. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, no doubt they are. Again, if you want to get through, there's only one line left if somebody wants it. That's 213-432-1090. We're going to get our stuff started this morning with John. He's calling us from out in Dallas this morning. Good morning, John. Thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. It's always a great show with you guys. My question is do they make like a 16-foot boat that I could get started with? Because I think like a bigger boat would be too much for me.
Got it. Parker does not make a 16-foot boat. Their 18 SE, they call it now, is their smallest.
That's the boat for you, though. And that is such a great boat. I have one, and the new one sounds even better. But it's a small, big boat.
I agree.
Still
is
easy.
a way to describe
the
it.
price point is still a really good price point for that 18 as well. They only raised it from last year about $1,500.
That's it?
Yes, and I was very happy to see them do that, so we can get
keep it entry level.
Yep, keep it entry level. Yeah, so that is the smallest.
Even with the improvements.
Yes,
$1,500.
Yes,
that's huge.
And it does come with a single axle trailer, so it is easy to maneuver.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, I love that thing, and it is. John, I mean, don't be afraid. Like it's a very small, easy to maneuver, easy to store, easy to tow boat. But I mean, there's a lot of fishing room on that thing. It's a park. That's the thing. It's a Parker. They build them for room, and they're very realistic. Like there's just a lot of room on those boats.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Yeah, check out that 18 at the upcoming Bard Hall show. It's impressive.
Or win it next summer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, join the Star Tournament, catch a bunch of fish, and win it in the CCA Star Tournament. Yeah,
that's cool. Hey, I had a great text come through. It says, "For Kevin, I'm planning on upgrading my 2320 this year. I'm curious about resale. Is it better to have? And do you offer West Coast to resell my boat? Should I do it on my own through the through the private market? What are your best suggestions? I can't wait for my new ride." That's from Gary in Fallbrook.
Yeah, we can do trade-ins if you're looking to upgrade. People have been selling them on their own. They've been doing great at that. But yeah, we can do a trade-in on that boat. We can put it on the lot and consign it, however you want to go through that.
But that is another thing about buying a Parker Pilot House boat is, man, that thing sure holds its value good too. Like the resale is just awesome. I mean, there's not. I hear people talk about it a lot buying new boats from you because there's not a tremendous amount of difference in price between a relatively new used one and a new one, and then there's not a lot of difference between an old used one, because they're Parkers. They're built very solid, and they're kind of the same boat from
their value
from 25 years ago to right now. They're just they're badass fishing boats. I mean, they really do. They hold their value really good out here.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I have another text here from John in Solana Beach. It says, "Great show. I haven't heard much about boat stabilizers in the past few years. Has technology price improved? Do they make sense for boats under 25? Have you ever put in a Seakeeper in any of your boats?"
I've never put in a Seakeeper. I've been on Parker's 26 center console last fall that had a Seakeeper in it. It's phenomenal. The boat manufacturers are getting to a point where they're starting to build boats with a specific place to put those types of units. So
even the trailer style boats too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So a 26 center console had one in there. The one thing I will mention.
26 center console.
Yeah.
Is that a new model?
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, we don't have many out here though.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's
now you're making me feel inadequate here. I'm like 25 center console. What's going on? Like,
maybe you need
it's time to upgrade.
Time to upgrade.
Yeah, it's a killer little boat. They make a long line of center console boats. That's actually their bread and butter on the East Coast.
Is it more like a bay style boat?
Yeah, can do offshore though. I mean, it's got a decent dead rise. High gunnels. It's ready for offshore stuff.
How would it differ from the 2501?
I think it has more dead rise coming off the transom. Might be a little different ride in the chop, and just a tad bit longer. and it's a new design as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't order any of those out here.
I haven't ordered any.
Yeah.
The center console stuff, 18 seemed to be real popular. We did a 21 SC, which was a great little boat.
I had a 21, man. I would have loved that boat.
That was
got so many
great
fish
size.
on that boat.
That's a cool
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they make a 24, 26, and then a new 29.
Wow.
So they
All
are
center
making some
consoles.
bigger center
cool.
consoles.
Wow.
Yeah. And that maybe that'll catch on in the years to come.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did things change when Linwood Parker stepped down at Parker? Are things a lot different than they were?
Nope, pretty much the same.
The same.
Run the same. When you go back to the factory, there's a lot of the same employees that are still there that
Really?
had been there for 20 to 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like they've got some new technology for designing boats, though.
Yeah, their parent company is Correct Craft, and with them, they're able to have the advantage of having technology to build new hulls, new molds, and keep that going forward.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Hey, another great text came through. Hey, good morning, guys. I'm really interested, Kevin, in having West Coast include and install an aluminum style piping fly bridge with controls and electronics for my 25 Parker Pilot House. If I want to get it done for this season, when do we need to start that project? That's from Bob out in Los Angeles.
So right now is a great time. I know we're all looking for work, and we love working in wintertime. We don't want to start that in July 4th.
Right.
So now would be a great time. Just kind of kick that off. I have a tower pre-made right now, ready.
Oh, really?
That is at a point where it's about 75% done, where you can tweak it now to make it whatever you want.
Wow,
so
that's a good idea.
On standby. If you want something like that, just let me know.
The bones are done, and then you just make it yours.
Yeah.
Shorten the fabrication time down.
So if I can, I like to try to have kind of trailers ready to be built, or the towers or something like that, where it doesn't take so much lead time.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have something on standby.
That's a good call, because marine fabrication is definitely something that doesn't just fly fast.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, if interested in a tower like that, I could let that
cool.
one go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what about bait tanks? I mean, do you pre-stock bait tanks, or do you order them ahead of time? Or
Just order them ahead of time.
Yeah.
You can contact Mark and ask him what he's got, or Randy at Blue Water, and see what he's got, but those are pretty available.
Yeah. All right. Hey, be sure to check out this week's edition of Western Outdoor News. I don't know what kind of, is that an elk on that front
is an
cover,
elk.
man? That
It's
is
a
a
big
big ass elk on the front cover there. And of course, a lot of trout fishing and hunting, and even sturgeon fishing and striper fishing in this week's, and the new look of Western Outdoor News.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like kind of a retro look, right? And of course, every week you can find out who's on Let's Talk Hookup in our ad on in Western Outdoor News. So be sure to pick it up. This week's edition of Western Outdoor News. Don't be fooled when you go to the tackle store and see it, because it's the new look. Though it's not, it still has some green in it, but it's not as full green like it used to look.
I should say, because I worked there back in the day, but I think that's like the style of like the way back in the day,
yeah.
right? Like the super old.
If you look, they have a history kind of covers in there.
I dig it,
and yeah, it's kind of an old cover brought back to life.
It looks great. Yeah, I think so
they
too.
Did a great job.
It looks really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, hey, let's jump right back into the phones. This time we're going to talk to Rich, who's calling us from Bradley this morning. What up, Rich? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Wondered what are some of the maintenance and repair issues that you would feel comfortable with having the owner operator do, and then maybe more importantly, ones that you've seen them do that you'd really discourage them from doing.
That's a good question.
Good question. I think basic your 100-hour service. They make oil change kits now with the oil filter in there and some gaskets that you can buy off the shelf and go ahead and change that out yourself. It's pretty straightforward if you're into kind of just spending the time doing it. It's not that hard. Things that I would stay away from, probably lower unit rebuilds. Don't go tearing into those. Fuel system stuff, I find it fun, but I've done it over and over and over again, so it's easy for us to do. But if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can get into a fuel pump and learn how to change it. Or if you have questions on it, we print out a lot of pages from manuals for people that are kind of diving into it.
Nice.
The only thing I will shy away from, if you're not comfortable doing it, don't get into it, and don't bring me something that...
Yes,
don't bring me a motor in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to see customers rolling with a big box of parts and say, I tried, and then the price goes up.
Oh, no doubt.
For sure. Because a lot of times when things live in salt water, too, things freeze up.
Yeah.
And you guys know how to get them unfrozen without damaging the unit, right?
Yeah, I'm all for going for the service and learning how to do that. That's great. Don't not do that.
Oil changes, piece of cake.
And if you have questions, just ask us. George in our office can can answer any questions. I can. We're more than happy to print off pages and show you how things go back together. And I'd say, go for it. But just make sure you ask when you get to a point where you don't know.
You talked about, the 100-hour service. Go for it. What's entailed in a 100-hour service? What is done? What do you do? That kind of stuff.
Typical 100-hour for the shop would be oil filter, spark plugs, fuel filter on the engine, fuel water separator in the boat, lower unit oil, gaskets, grease, pull the prop. That's important. Again, I would get every boat owner should be used to pulling their own prop. Check for that fishing line because you can damage those seals underneath the prop shaft seals.
Yeah.
And so pulling off that prop and making sure there's no spectra or line wrapped around that. We get that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and it can crack the seal and then basically damage the lower unit.
You get water in the lower unit, and that's not
and then you got a big repair.
Yes.
But it's a lot of just draining the fluids, putting them back in, unscrewing pieces and screwing them back in. It's not a major diagnostic search. You're just taking the old out, putting the new in.
Just ask if you have any questions.
Totally.
We can help you.
All right.
That's cool. Good call, Rich.
All right, 213-432-1090 just opened up with Rich going off there. And
all right, when we come back, we got a whole lot of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information. Want to remind you, this portion of the show, if you like fishing for tuna and you're not using Gamakatsu hooks, man, you are missing bites. That Nautilus Circle hook comes in sizes as small as a number 4 and all the way up to a 6-0. And if you like to fish big fish, which is really happening right now, we've seen that great fishing going on the Royal Polaris and some of the other long-range boats. That Nautilus HD, a fantastic choice. It's tough enough, but not too oversized. It'll still allow your bait to swim. They both come in ringed or non-ringed versions. See your local dealer or check Gamakatsu.com. When we come back, we got more of your phone calls, we got catch reports, and a whole lot more with Nick Kelly. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Back in 1979, my parents started Fast Lane Sailing Center. They lived in a VW van in the parking lot and sold catamaran sailboats. And over the years, the shop has evolved. They've sold everything from windsurfers to barbecues, paddleboards, and trailers. Here's the point. For over 40 years, my parents, and eventually me, my brother Jared, and sister Ava, have been in the business of fun and making memories on the water with friends and family. If something's in the shop, it's a product we use, are passionate and knowledgeable about, and want to share with you. We encourage you to come down to our shop, Fast Lane Kayaking on Mission Bay, and check out our huge selection of Hobie Mirage kayaks, accessories, and more. And let's get you on the water, fishing with friends, enjoying the coast with your family, or exploring mountain lakes in solitude. In other words, having fun and making memories.
Hey everyone, James Holst here with Norsk Lithium, the official battery partner of Let's Talk Hookup. Here at Norsk Lithium, we have 2 goals that drive who we are and what we do. The first is to make the highest quality, longest lasting lithium batteries available with a complete lineup of batteries that include 12, 24, 36 volt and starting batteries. Second, in addition to offering a 10-year warranty on all Norsk Lithium marine batteries, we provide amazing customer service before and after the sale. Check us out online at norsklithium.com. That's Norsk lithium.com, or call us at 831-232-9063. Or to see Norsk Lithium batteries in person, stop by the Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood or Anglers Marine in Anaheim and see why Norsk Lithium batteries should be in your boat.
No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered. Norsk Lithium.
I've had the opportunity to fish many places in many different types of water, but never have I fished a place as much fun as Katmai Lodge in Alaska. Hello, my name is Harold Davis, typically fishing in the ocean, but this is an experience that you have to try for yourself. fish natural rivers with tens of thousands of fish coming up. And they have all the gear: spinning, bait casting, fly rods, kings, silvers, pinks, sockeyes, and my favorite, the chums. Outstanding food, outstanding accommodations, great service. The lodge is located in the beautiful Katmai National Park, filled with amazing wildlife. Brown bears, moose, eagles, otters, and it has spectacular scenery. And also the fact that the lodge is located right on the Alagnak River and your boat is just steps away from your room makes it great. Do yourself a favor. Call Charmel at 1-800-330-0326 or go online, katmai.com. And like Pete says, they will hook you up.
For quality, the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing is a favorite among anglers. But Islander Charters is much more than great fishing. The quality of the captains and crew, as well as the great meals and service, speak for themselves. Comfortable staterooms, a super clean and well taken care of boat are just a few of the reasons the Islander is so popular. The Islander specializes in 1.5 to 5 day fishing. Experience the Islander difference. Visit IslanderSportFishing.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. It's been a busy show already, but we do have an open phone line if you want to get through right now. That's 213-432-1090.
Have a chance to win an overnight trip out of Fisherman's Landing in San Diego and talk to Nick Kelly from West Coast Marine, Parker Boats, Camus Boats, North Star Inflatables, lots of good stuff. Yamaha outboards, now Mercury outboards. He's got a service, sales. He's got it all covered. I have a question, Nick. You know, we just heard the Norsk lithium battery spot, and James from North Lithium actually is going to be on the show again mid-February, so look forward to that. He'll have all the guys so knowledgeable and so good. Are you guys doing lithium batteries in boats now?
We're seeing more and more of people asking for it. We don't do a ton at the moment. With the added Camus boats, they have a freshwater line, and lithium batteries are becoming very popular in that line.
Yeah.
And they work great because they hold that 100% charge.
Yeah.
Until they don't, but you know they can put out that power for a long period of time.
But especially with like on those Camus with the trolling motors.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yep.
You
save a lot of weight.
You save a lot of weight, and and batteries will last like multiple trips.
Yeah, I think Norse had like 10 years or something like that on those batteries.
10 years on
and they're rebuildable. They're pretty killer.
Yeah, they're made for saltwater environment too, because you hear a lot of times batteries like blowing up and stuff like that. That's not a situation where you have to worry about in Norse because they're built for like getting thrashed around in the water.
Yes, and then I would just be careful of the engine you're putting that lithium battery to.
Yeah.
Yamaha can't recharge that lithium battery, whereas a Mercury can.
Mercury can. Yes. Now, why can't Yamaha? It's just a different system?
They have a different charging system
Is that right?
from the engine. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think there's boxes that they can convert that power and put it into, but Mercury can just put it
right into it. Yeah.
Yamaha don't do it.
Don't do it, yeah. Unless you do some kind of a conversion.
Yes.
Yeah. But does that void the warranty on your Yamaha outboard?
Yes. If you do the conversion, it would not. But if you just hook up a lithium battery straight to it, and it you
don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
All right. All right. Very good. Hey, a great text from Dane here in Huntington Beach. And Dane, let me bring it up here. Dane says, good morning, Nick. I want to compliment you on your parts department in Newport Beach. 99% of the time you have what I need in stock. How about that? When does that ever happen, right? What is the highest hours you've seen on a TRX 150 personally? And what year was it built and that you can remember? So first of all, what is a TRX 150?
I think he's referencing a 4-stroke. It would be an F-150 TXR, probably 2006 to 10 or something like that when they made that model. They just, similar engine now, but they just labeled it something different.
Yeah.
The highest hours on that engine, I've seen around 6,000, 7,000 on a block.
6,000 hours?
That 150
on a 150
runs well.
Yeah.
All Yamahas run phenomenal.
Unbelievable. I have a 150 on my 18. It's just unbelievable.
You can't go wrong with that engine.
Yeah.
That's the highest selling engine that Yamaha has.
Is it really?
Right now, yep.
Yeah. So now, that's a 4-cylinder, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Inline 4.
Inline 4. Mm-hmm. And is it the same body as the inline 4 200?
Yeah. So
same.
Right now, the F-150 and the 200 share the same block. The 200 gains its power from variable cam timing, similar to some car technology. They just advance the intake cam and give you some more air and fuel.
Oh, okay.
Yep, a little more torque.
All right. So that's where you get the power.
Yes.
So it's same chassis, same weight, everything.
Yep.
It's just in the. And so does it burn more fuel?
No. No, it doesn't burn any more fuel. Still very efficient. The 200, again, coming off the backside of a wave, if you're coming home or something like that, it will give you that little bit more grunt to kind of push you out of there.
Yeah, a little more torque.
Yep.
My 18 Parker has 40 gallons of fuel. Is that the same tank that's in the new one?
Same tank. It's 40 gallons. Yes.
I can't remember the last time they needed to put fuel in that thing, because that 150 is so efficient.
That hull is very efficient.
It's so efficient.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would imagine the new one, being wider and stuff, is even more efficient.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have reverse chines all the way through to the transom of the boat. So that 18, the new 18, will actually turn a little bit better, I found, and then ride a little better with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you ever put like little T-tops on them, or have you ever seen that, or is it pretty much all?
If you order an 18, an option from the factory is a T-top.
Oh.
I'm finding more guys like the no T-top thing right now.
I like the no T-top.
There's a lot of casters out there that do not want a T-top, and I really like that, and I like the look.
Yeah.
But from the factory, if you're into taking the family out and you need some shade, the T-top's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do about rod holders on the 18?
Rod holders, they come with a few, always not enough. Just weld them on and add some.
Yeah.
Yeah, or we've been, you can build a radar arch, add some up there.
Oh,
you can do
there
all kinds of custom stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, put lights on, etc.
Oh yeah.
When we got our Parker, it was the same thing. Like our initial thought from the get go was, a hard T-top and a tower and all these things. And we bought our boat in 2015 as the brand, as the first 2016, and like that was the beginning of the era of casting lures at bluefin and all these things. And it was really the time where things switched a little bit from our traditional fishing of being up top and glassing slow and trolling around looking to running and gun and casting lures at things. And I can't imagine not having all of that casting room. The T-top is great and it provides shade and protection, and certainly not taking anything away from it. It's very popular for a reason, but man, not having it is you can cast anywhere, any direction, anything. And just like Nick said, we put a radar arch up, and it holds the radar and holds antennas and plenty of rod storage up that way. And it's so nice not having the extra space taken away.
Yeah, and again, we just build it like you want it.
Totally.
Yep.
That's the key. Is it you can customize the boat however you like.
Yep.
Yeah. That's great. All right, let's jump back on the phones, Rick.
You got it. How about this time we talk to Chuck? He's calling us from Dana Point. Good morning, Chuck. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Can't wait to see you guys at the boat show. So if I order one with the lithium batteries and the stabilizer, my bait tank and everything, put all that in the loan, isn't that the better way to go other than doing it later? And how long will that all put on the build time of delivery? Because I love those boats, man.
Yeah, I like the question. If we had a blank boat and you wanted to build it up kind of with what you just said, if you add to the build time, I would give it a month if we were able to plan it. A few weeks to a month, you can probably get all that stuff done that you would want.
Electronics, bait tank.
Yeah, I mean, if we know it's ready to go and we get all the parts there, a couple weeks build time. I mean, I've done that 2520 we just delivered. We had a deadline, and I think the shop we got it done in 5 days.
I'll say something. That's something that's unique to West Coast Marine. Is there's not a lot of dealers that you could order a new boat from, especially a boat that comes from the East Coast, and then have a West Coast style tower built, a legit, Pacific Edge or Blue Water bait tank built and plumbed, appropriate electronics installed, whatever, Seakeeper. There's not many shops that you can do all of that aftermarket stuff at the shop. Plenty of people will sell you a boat and I'm sure give you great service, but there's not a lot of places where you can get all that done and then wrap the whole bill up in one shot either. Common is a lot of aftermarket after you get your keys.
Yeah, and so to answer the other part of that question, I would just wrap it up. If you're financing the boat, we can get a total right off the bat, and then you can wrap it up into the whole project.
And a boat loan is almost like a home loan. You can get 15 years out of it. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been working with some banks that are 10, 15, 20 years right now.
Wow.
And there's some aggressive banks that want to do loans. That's cool. And hopefully the Fed drops that Q1 of this year, which I've heard they're going to do. So I think loans will start getting back to a reasonable cost. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
All right. Hey, well, we had another great text come through. This one's, good morning, Nick. I think I heard you, well, this was obviously early in the show. I heard you talking about you guys selling Camus boats. I've really been looking hard at the 26 and the 28 from Camus. They're beautiful boats. Is there enough, in your opinion, freeboard on them to still take them offshore and fish the outer islands? Also, could you give us a ballpark number what a setup for a boat like that is? Setup realistic for West Coast offshore fishing, bait tanks, fish finders, etc. That's all from Sam and Irvine.
Nice. Yeah, I have, after test riding that boat, I would have no issue taking that wherever.
Talk to Benny Florentino about that. He is so excited about his new Camus.
And if you want to check that out, I would highly recommend just let me put that boat in the water and take you out. I want to take people out.
You have it.
Yeah, I have it. Let's go do that so you can really get a feel for what that boat is. But yeah, it's an offshore machine that'll do anything inshore.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a high-end boat.
Yeah, it's a high-end boat. So the 281, we're looking in the
28.
The 28 and the $360,000.
Yeah, that's what
twin 300s.
Twin 300s.
And then what about the 26 and the single?
26 retail numbers are in the 270. And again, it depends on what you want.
Sure.
So you can go build that boat however you want.
Yeah.
Like that 281 is the top tier because of that second station. It's got transducer, Garmin package, trolling motor, all that fun stuff already on there. Ready
Everything
to go.
You could screw or glue to that boat, it's got.
I mean, you could take it today.
That's cool.
It's ready to go. Yeah.
Wow. And that came from the factory that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I want to see this thing, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'll come to the Bart Hall show in Long Beach, and you'll be there, right?
Yep. Here's the problem, and I could hear it in Nick's voice. He said, just let me take you out. Let me take you out. No big deal. No pressure.
Once you sit in that
There's no
seat,
pressure. Like, you already know that if a guy's as interested as clearly Sam sounds like he is, you already know that, like, you get him behind the wheel and go, like, you're
just smiling the whole time.
It's over. Yeah.
Now,
I dig it.
Benny Florentino, who's our great friend, and I've been hearing from Benny how excited he is on the boat. Has he ridden that boat yet?
I took him out on a sea trial with our sales guy Kyle right before Christmas.
Okay.
And we were all three just laughing at each other. This is the most fun thing. Yeah, so he went out on the 281.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And he's getting the 26.
He's getting the 26.
Wow.
With a 400.
With a 400.
400. How fast is that?
Yeah, I was curious too.
How fast is he going to make Clementi, right?
So fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, go book a trip with Benny this summer, and you can
try straight way too.
The 26.
Yeah, totally.
We can take you out on the 28.
Yeah.
Good point.
Wow.
Yep. That's cool. Well, good luck, Sam, whatever you decide. Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including more of your phone calls, a big block of information, calls, text, and more. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Join us as we honor 76 years of Hall family shows at the Bart Hall Show, January 25th through 28th at the Long Beach Convention Center, presented by Progressive. Celebrate the passion of fishing, boating, hunting, international travel, off-road adventure, and the overland experience. Hundreds of seminars. Learn to trout fish the Eastern Sierras. Bass fishing legends from fresh and salt water will entertain you daily. Legendary anglers will celebrate our unique California offshore fleet from Point Conception to beyond the Mexican border. Learn to fly fish at the Fly Fishing Show within a show. Acres of boats, fishing boats, towboats, pontoon boats, inflatables, personal watercraft, and more. All under one roof. Make the deal of a lifetime. Enjoy the Mammoth Lakes Kids Fish Free Trout Pond, the Turner's Outdoorsman Ultimate Air Dogs, and the Convict Lake Great American Duck Races. Join CCA Cal for a special show package. Thanks to Accurate Fishing Tackle, Okuma, Bob Sands Fishing Tackle, Daiwa, and the Southern California Ford dealers. The Bart Hall Show, January 25th through 28th at the Long Beach Convention Center. Details at hallshows.com. That's hallshows.com.
All of us at the American Angler family want to express appreciation to our regular passengers that fish with us year after year, and to the new anglers that came out this last season. We realize how precious your vacation time is, and we are truly grateful that you have chosen to spend this time with us. It's important that your experience is memorable, from the moment you call the office to the time you step off the boat. Hi, I'm Lori. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. Come fishing with the American Angler family and make a memory.
This is Bob Hoots at Costa Sunglasses. Visual signs are a critical part of my fishing program, from bay bass to bluefin. I wear Costas to see what's out there. Costas are built with advanced polarization technology with our 580 lens, designed to cut through the sun's glare while providing enhanced color to see more fish. Costa was founded by a group of anglers wanting a high-performance lens for every fishing application. Costa has a West Coast style frame and lens for your adventures. CostaSunglasses.com.
This is Captain Brandon Nelson from Lucky Bee Sport Fishing. Our dynamic fishery here on the West Coast is home to some of the most iconic game fish that swim the salty world. We demand tools designed to perform flawlessly and deliver the upper hand in any situation. That's why I use and recommend the all-new G. Loomis IMX Pro Offshore series of rods. It's a full lineup of purpose-built 20 to 80 pound class rods. I have been fortunate enough to be working with G. Loomis on the IMX Pro for some time to help develop the actions we need here on the West Coast. And they nailed it. The G. Loomis multi-taper design technology adds material where the blank is likely to fail and subtracts material where it won't. A C guide train and Fuji reel seat complement a battle-on grip that offers extreme fatigue fighting comfort. They have been helping my passengers on Lucky Bee Sport Fishing land some amazing fish, and now they are ready for you. The new G. Loomis IMX Pro Offshore Rod Series at your local Shimano or G. Loomis
Inside
dealer.
information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Catine, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.